camera on or off. I've made the decision to not, you can keep your camera off. If you have it on, that's fine, but I'm going to avoid singling out people and correcting what I'm seeing, because it kind of slows the flow down of the class. So this class is really used to moving quite quickly, and I really want to keep that flow. And this is based on feedback I've been getting. So if you want to put your camera on at some point at the end so I can see something you're doing, that's fine. But I'm just going to keep moving like normal class. So feel free to have your camera off. I won't be viewing it. Okay. And then, like I said, at the end, if you want me to look at something, we can, but I just want to keep the flow of the class going. All right. And I want to keep it so everybody can participate at the same level. All right. So today we are going to be doing some rowing and rotating, which means core. So lots of trunk work, strength. We haven't done a bit of any breathing lately, and that's really, really important for accessing those deep core muscles. So we're going to start with some breathing and some release work. Today, what we need for equipment. So definitely your trusty dowel. Okay, so something that's wider than your shoulders, something that's easy to grip onto, okay? It can be a broomstick, a dead hockey stick. Some of us have dowels that we got from like Home Hardware, and that works really well, okay? Make sure that if you have any like anything with your grip, you could wear gloves or have something there so that it's not sliding around. We're gonna be using the dowel for some rotation work today, okay? So that's one. Another thing we're going to use, I'm demonstrating with a dumbbell today, but it doesn't mean that you need a dumbbell. Okay, this can be anything lightweight. So sometimes I show a ball, a water bottle is really good. Anything like a stuffed animal. Okay, today I do ask you to maybe try something a little bit weighted if it's good for you. So if you're somebody that can do like a full range up over the head with your shoulders in all kind of ranges, and we don't have any pain in those shoulders, I'm going to recommend that you add a little bit of weight. So when I say a little bit of weight, I probably wouldn't go above 3 pounds. Okay, if you're used to using no weight, maybe like 1 to 2 pounds. So that's kind of where like a water bottle or even like a soup can, I didn't mention that before, something like that would work really well. If you are somebody that has dumbbells, then you can use that as well. Okay, just something to grip onto easy, and we only need one. And then last but not least today, we're going to be using bands. So I know a lot of us have different types of bands, like they have a bunch of them. So make sure, just have them all next to you. I'll give guidance on what kind of resistance I think that you should use, but it's a very general recommendation. So I know some of you that work with me one-on-one, there's different recommendations for bands. So if you know that and it's different than what I'm saying, go ahead and do what we've discussed. Okay. And if you're not sure, you can just kind of try it out with whatever bands that you have, and then kind of figure out what you're going to be using for that exercise. And then you can make a note of it and remember for next time. Okay. Now that we're in the new function as well, just make sure that you're all on mute so that we don't have any noise coming in. And then just a friendly reminder, you can always write in the chat, and I'm happy to help you or answer any questions or concerns that you have there. Okay, so hopefully we've all got our equipment. We're going to sit up nice and tall. Okay, I'd like everybody, if possible, to sit away from the back of the chair that you're on. So if you are in, say, a wheelchair or a scooter, and we sit back and we get this kind of like almost a slouch position, go ahead and get something. It doesn't necessarily need to be this, and just place it behind you so that you're still getting that support, but look how much taller I am now. And what that's going to do is allow us to access way more of our trunk and our core muscles. Okay, so getting yourself there, or not using the back if possible. And we're going to start with one hand on our belly, so right where our belly button is. Okay, and then we're going to have a hand on our chest. Okay, if your camera is off and you're comfortable, although I'm sure nobody's really looking at you anyways, just because everybody's so small when I'm on the big screen, but feel free to shut your eyes. Okay, and I'll talk you through this. So we're just going to be doing some nice, big, deep belly breaths. So when I say belly breath, I want you to focus on the inhale. I want you to think of a balloon being in your belly, like in your belly button level, right in your diaphragm, and you're going to expand your hand that's in front of your belly on the inhale. Okay, so we inhale, Belly expands. And then on the exhale, you're just going to let it sink. Almost like a balloon is deflating. So you can imagine a balloon deflating right behind your belly button. Okay, so we inhale and exhale. Balloon deflates. Okay, inhale and exhale. Balloon deflates. Okay, so keep going. The hand on the chest is to remind you that we don't want to lift the chest up and down, right? So the hand on the chest isn't moving. We want to feel all the movement in this hand that's over the belly button, okay? Keep going at your own tempo. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. If you're at a different tempo than me, that's okay. And exhale. We all breathe at different tempos. The only thing I'm going to say is just try and slow it down a little bit more than what you would breathe normally. Inhale, get the biggest inhale. And exhale. Okay, 2 more, everybody. 2-ish, depending on your speed. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Very nice. Okay, letting that go. We're going to go right into some release work. So try and keep that deep breathing theme as you start to do this release work. Okay, because sometimes when we get into these tight spots, we have a tendency to like tighten up and we hold our breath. And that's actually not going to help us release any of our soft tissue. So getting into the pec here, and it's harder for me to do it because I'm talking, but make sure that you're just keeping that nice, big, easy breathing as you do this release work, okay? Sending oxygen to the muscles can help relax, right? And that relaxation is what we need to start some mobility work and get some movement into these muscles. Okay, and I'm working into the pec major for those of you that like to know exactly what we're doing. So if you have breast tissue or you're a female, we're going behind the breast tissue. So it's going to kind of look like I'm digging in and around. Okay, if you're male or you don't have breast tissue, it's going to be like across the chest. Okay, so kind of work in there. If you feel something tight, maybe it feels like a guitar string or even tender, it's kind of where we want to be. Okay, and then from there, you can start to work your way up into pec minor. So it's just above the pec at the chest. So there's a littler muscle up here. Okay, and this can also get really tight, especially if we do any manual wheeling or use crutches or a walker. Okay, working in here. Keeping that breath going. I'll try and remind you. And then from there, today we're going to go right up into the trap muscle. So I like to support my elbow with my other hand. Okay, and then I'm just going to dig and do some like little seesawing actions right in this muscle right along. You can go all the way up the neck if you'd like into the back, and then all the way out, not on the bony part of the shoulder, that won't do much, but just right where it's nice and meaty right up in here. Okay, and so most of us will feel this because it can hold a lot of tension. Okay, so getting right in there. Some of us like to do a bit more intense. So I've shown like this variation where you pull and kind of pinch. This is an option for some of us if we want to do that. Don't feel like you have to though. Okay. A few more seconds here. Keep going. And awesome. And then we're going to pinpoint. It's a big group today. That's awesome. So we're going to pinpoint. You're going to find a spot right in the traps here. So I like to just pin like a spot that feels tender. Pin with your fingers. So I'm pinning down. And then you're going to peel the ear away like you're going to tip water out of the opposite ear. And you should feel like a nice big stretch as you do that. So pin and then peel away. Pin, and peel away. If you don't feel it, if you don't feel a difference, then just find a new place to pin. You're probably just not on the muscle. Okay, sometimes it takes a little while to find it. But once you kind of know where it is, it'll be easy to go back. We'll be doing 10 total. And last 3. Okay, for those of us that this might be a lot on the fingers or the hands, I didn't say it today, but sometimes it's helpful to use something like this so that you can just put your weight in your palm and then you're not fatiguing your fingers. So just an option, okay? All right, shake that out, give your head a little nod. You should start to feel a little more length in the side that you did, okay? And let's go to the other side. So releasing pec major. Make sure the hand of the arm you're doing, so like in this case, it's my right, is relaxed. It can even be on your lap, that's fine. We just don't wanna like tense up, okay? Getting into here. And then keep that breath going, nice and deep. And when you're done that, we're gonna come into pec minor. So right on top of the chest, it's just a little higher. Still out to the side though, like almost at the armpit. Nice deep breathing. And nice. Okay, and then we're gonna come right into the trap. So I like to support my other elbow and driving. You can do like that seesaw action with your fingers. Staying nice and tall, remembering your breath. A few more seconds here, and then we're gonna find that spot to pinpoint. Okay, finding that spot, we're gonna pin. Make sure that you start with your chin slightly tucked too. We don't wanna have the head hanging forward, otherwise you'll never feel it. So drive the fingers in, and then peel your ear like you're gonna pour water out of the opposite ear and onto your shoulder. And then we do that again. Pin, and then peel. Reset, pin, and again. Keep that breath going, especially when it gets uncomfortable. That's when we like to hold our breath. Our body tenses up, which I think is hilarious because it's like the opposite. It actually makes it worse. But that's all of our reflexes that we have. So we have to really think about it. Okay, last 2. And again. And release. Awesome, good. Shake that out. Okay, last one, because we're doing lots of rowing today. Go ahead and take the opposite hand. You're gonna hang it behind your head or use the back of your neck to kind of hold. And we're gonna do some nice activation slaps along the lats. So the lats are actually found more on the back, and they start right up in the armpit here. So I'm reaching as far as I can around the back, okay? So I'm reaching all the way back, trying to activate as much as I can. Some of us, if it's harder, you can always try and grab that hand and do this. So if you can't reach very far here for whatever reason, just grab the elbow and then see how much further I can get with my hand. So that's another option. Okay, this isn't to hurt yourself. It's just to bring some blood flow and awareness to these muscles that we're going to use a lot. Okay, awesome. Other side, other hand up. Go ahead and slap up and down that trunk. You can go really low because the lats are super long. So just, you can even go like below the ribs. For 3, 2, 1, and then relax. Good. Okay, from there, we're going to go right into our cat-cows. So we're going to tuck the chin. Okay, rounding in the spine. So most of us should be seated for this. So go ahead and grab the backs of your legs, pull yourself down, rounding in the upper back. Take a deep breath here. Slowly roll up or walk your hands up, depending on what you need to do to get back up. Hands behind you, shoulder blades in your back pockets, reach your heart to the ceiling, and take a deep breath here, exposing your throat. Okay, so in both of these positions, we don't need to look at the monitor. Okay, so we'd be looking up or down, tucking the chin all the way down, slowly coming down, and take a deep breath at the bottom. I think somebody's not on mute, so if you could just mute yourself and then we don't get that feedback. And slowly look up, shoulder blades in your back pockets. And awesome. And then we're doing that again, tucking that chin, rounding in the spine. Really nice, big, round position here, like you're making a C curve out of your back. Deep breath at the bottom. Okay, slowly rolling up. And hands behind you, shoulder blades in your back pockets. Reach your heart to the ceiling. Deep breath here. Feel those shoulder blades squeezing together. First shoulder blade squeeze of the day. And last time, everybody. And we're going to tuck that chin, rounding in the spine. All the way down. Slowly coming back up. Deep breath. If you're going slower than me, that's totally fine. I kind of raced through that last one. And hands behind you. Heart up to the ceiling. Shoulder blades in your back pockets. Reach for 3. Deep breath here. 2, 1. Coming back to center. We're going to do nice shoulder rolls coming forward. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. This is 5 and 6, 7, and this is 8, 9, and then 10, taking it backwards, and 1. Nice big shoulder rolls. Don't cut any corners. So it's like you're making huge circles with your shoulders, right? Sometimes we have a tendency to cut the back position. So really going back, really getting a nice big stretch in that anterior pecs. And good. And now we're going to take our hands to our shoulders. So hands come here, and we're going to do circles with the elbows, and we're going to come forward 1 and 2 and 3, almost like you have wings, and 4, 5 and 6. Good. Get taller. 7 and 8. We're going to get nice and warm today. 9, 10. If you can, try and kiss them. Kiss for Thursday, and then coming back 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Good. Shoulders aren't moving, just the arms, right? So you're not thinking of the shoulders rolling. They'll just roll on their own. 8, 9, and then kiss. Last one right here. Good. Reaching up. Eyes to the sky if your neck feels okay. If this doesn't feel good, you can look at the monitor. I'm going to show with a gaze up. Here. Leaning on something if you need to for stability. So elbow on your rim of your chair or your armrest. And up. Or your hand. Doesn't need to be your elbow. Up. Okay, we're reaching up to the sky. We're not reaching up and over yet. So the arm is right up to the ceiling as if you're going to grab a star. Okay, all the way up. You can probably tell I used to teach little kids dance. And all the way up. Good. And again. And last 2. Excellent, everybody. One more. Okay, take that hand. You're going to sweep it all the way around. Tap over the shoulder as far as you can, back to center. I want you to look over your shoulder. We're trying to get a full spinal rotation. So if we're not looking over your shoulder, you're not getting the full spine. So you shouldn't be looking at the monitor here. We're just rotating and then monitor center. And then again, over and then center. Good. Over, center. Nice, everybody. Think of getting a little further every time with your hand. Tap. Try and tap your spine. Tap right along your neck there, that bony prominence on the neck. And again, very nice. Hands right out to the sides, tiny little circles, fingers splayed as best as you can. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Hopefully we're getting warm. 2, and then reverse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You get one hug and another hug other way. That's it for today. Back open to the circles, backwards. Here we go. 1. Ooh, fire today. 2. I had my Americano a little bit late. And 6, 7, 8, 9, and then other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. We're almost there. 9 and 10. Beautiful. Okay, grab your band. So I'm demonstrating with just one today. I know this is green, but for this, actually, I want you to use a lighter band if possible, unless I've told you otherwise. Okay, so we're going to be doing a series of 3 exercises. So the first 2 are with the band. So the first one is going to be one that most of us are pretty familiar with. Elbows are drawn in, collarbone nice and wide, thumbs are hitchhiking out. Okay, if you need assistance with grip, you can always do this if you want. This is like the quick version. Or if you have knots in your band, you can always put them on your wrist. Okay. Otherwise, palms are up, elbows are drawn in. Think of a little tiny blueberry behind your shoulder blades, and you're going to squeeze it, and that sends your arms out to the sides and then right back in. Okay. Notice how my elbows are not drifting away too much from my ribs. Okay. They're like barely drifting away. I could hold something right in between. Okay, we're not doing this, right? Okay, here we go for 12. Nice and tall, long in the neck. We're not looking up at the ceiling, we're looking forward. And 5. And 8, nice. Last 4 here. 10, 11, and 12, and relax. Good. Okay, flipping the palms. I would, if you were here with the same band, you're gonna wanna grip a little wider on the band for this one, okay? If that band was challenging on this, I would lighten it up for this next one, okay? This one's gonna be a little more challenging. So the palms are down, arms are forward, okay? Shoulders back, okay? If we have trouble with this and we fall forward, you can take it low or you can have a mini bend in your elbows, okay? Otherwise, nice and tall, elbows straight. We're gonna aim right to the middle of our chest. We're gonna break the band across our chest and then bring it right back in, okay? So facing sideways, it looks like this, and then back. Here we go. This will be my 1. Okay, 10 to 12, I'll say for this one. And 6. 8. That's it. Keep going. And 12, and then relax. Good. Okay. Next one, grab your dowel. We're doing timed intervals like right away. So this is going to be kayaks. Most of us know what these are. Some of us are even on the dragon boat team in here, so very familiar. We're just going to be going off both sides as opposed to just the one side, okay? I do teach this 2 ways. There's one way where we hinge forward with our body. We're not going to do that today. So I just want you nice and tall, and you're more rotating. So I really want you to try and get your chest to the sides as you paddle, okay? I demonstrate on a couch, which I'm hoping none of us in here are doing. So make sure you're driving the dowel down into the imaginary water line. I'm going to have to do this to clear the couch, but I expect your arms to come out and go down and be straight. Okay, we're going to be here for 1 minute. This isn't a race. I just want you to be smooth and fluid the whole minute. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Okay, rotating, feeling the feet in the floor. Okay, and you can either look forward, or if you want to look at your dowel, you can do that too. Okay, there's no wrong way here. I just want you to really try and think of your chest moving with your dowel and really drive into that water. It's nice and sunny here in Vancouver today. Imagine like we're out in Falls Creek. I know the paddling team gets to go out this Sunday for the first time. Woo woo, so exciting. BC Moss's kayak program probably starts pretty soon. That's awesome. You have 15 seconds. If you're not sure of those things I'm talking about, I'd be happy to fill you in because they're really great programs. 5 seconds. That's it. 3, 2, and time. Awesome, everybody. Okay, that is our series of 3. So go ahead and grab your band again. Put the dowel aside. I forgot to tell everybody to have water, but have that handy. Okay, and we're going to complete these all again. So we have our external shoulder rotation. Okay, band pull aparts. And then we're going into our our kayak. Okay, I like to give names because all of these exercises are found on Ocean Insider Club, the subscription site that a lot of us in here are on. And just a little hint, there's actually 2 new workout videos up on there from the lovely Sophia. So if you're looking for more cardio videos or yoga, go take a look because those have been posted. Alrighty, here we go. Elbows in, palms are up, thumbs are outward. Here we go. Shoulder blades squeezing, blueberry. Here we go, squeeze for 12 here. Okay, if this is too challenging, all you have to do is open up your hands a little bit. Okay, we want to make sure we're getting movement. So you can see how my arms are actually moving out. If I don't see that, if we're stuck here, it's too tight. Okay, and if no matter how loose your band is, you can't get any movement, drop the band and you're just going to do range of motion work. You're going to get a lot more out of it working on that. Trying to get movement when we can't move that hand outwards. Okay, last 4 here. Shoulder blades squeezing, get taller. If you can feel your feet, think of pushing into the floor or your foot plates. 1 more. And awesome. Flip your hands, get a little more space in the center. Okay, nice and tall, not above the chest height. Nice long neck. 10 of these. 10 to 12. I'll demonstrate 12. Okay, even though our arms are out to the sides, we're still thinking of that shoulder blade squeeze here. So you still want to think of squeezing those shoulder blades together. Breathing. 2 more. And then you're done with those. Whew, good. All right, grab your dowel. Get ready. Oops. Kayaks. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1 minute. Make sure you're breathing. Remember, you can focus on the monitor or you can move your head with your chest as it rotates. Okay, we're sitting up nice and tall, getting taller with every stroke. Think of taking the dowel down into the imaginary water line. Really strong. Okay, if this feels good and you're feeling warm and everything feels smooth, I challenge you to speed up your tempo. Just a little bit. That's it, everybody. Keep going. 12 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. Awesome. Good, everybody. Okay, get a little sip of water. We're going to end up doing kayaks again, but we're done that circuit. Okay, so I'll meet you back at your with your band, but we're going to do something else. All right, so we're gonna get into our rowing, okay? So the first row we're gonna do is a bent over row. So if everybody can see, I would use a little heavier band now if you have the option than what you did with your external shoulder rotation. So if you have the bands from BC Moss, probably the green or the blue, they're color coordinated. If you have a different brand, I'm not sure of the color, okay? So you're gonna put these under either under your feet or under your foot plate, okay, if possible. And then the other option, which we can have, is, I'll just demonstrate with this block. If we don't have a hinge practice where we're able to come forward and hold, go ahead and place something on your lap, and we're just gonna use that to support us. So you can see if I would fall forward in a hinge, just bring yourself here so it can keep our back in a nice long alignment so that we can get our row in. Okay, so now that you've seen how the feet are set up, I'll just take this out because I won't be using it. But then you'll grab your bands at the ends. Okay, eyes are going to stay on the floor once you start. So we're getting a nice long neck. And you're going to think of driving the elbows back and squeezing those shoulder blades and then releasing down. Okay, so make sure that we're really tipped forward as far as we can with a long spine. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. I want 12 to 15 on this one. And 3. Think of that shoulder blade squeeze. This is the theme of today. So squishing those armpits, shoulder blade squeeze, getting those upper back muscles and those lats working. Okay, these are huge trunk stabilizers. So if you're someone that has compromised trunk, getting your lats stronger is really going to help you with your stability. Okay, last 5-ish, 15 max. And 5, excellent. Okay, we can actually leave the band down there if that's easier for you. Okay, awesome. Okay, and we're gonna set that with what I call staying alive. So I want you to get your light object, okay? Light object or nothing, okay? So what we're gonna do is start with this in our pocket. Okay, so this is going into one of our pockets. Some of you actually know this. I think some of you are doing this in your strength programs right now. So if that's you and I told you a different weight, go ahead and do what we originally talked about. Okay, so staying alive, everybody remembers John Travolta? Boom, boom, right? So we're pulling that out of the pocket, up, and then we're taking it back through the way we came. So you notice how my elbow bent. So think of your elbow leading. So up, pull it through the body, up to the corner, and then bring it through and then down. Okay, watch when we do it, our shoulders we're not rounding forward. Okay, we're keeping nice and square, and we're taking it up and then bring it down. Okay, so like I said, really lightweight. Okay, if you don't have something good enough, you can even just hold like your phone just to get the range of motion going. Okay, for some of us that don't do a lot of overhead work, you don't need a lot of weight. All right, here we go, 10 on each side. 3, 2, 1. Up, staying alive, and then bring it back into your pocket. Make sure it's staying really close to your body. We're not taking it out and away. Okay, and I'll demonstrate 12 just so that we have enough time. The other hand that isn't moving, you can definitely use it to stabilize on something if that helps you. Breathing. Almost there. Okay, I'll demonstrate 2 more. Hit your number, and then whatever you do on this side, we're going to match on the other side. Very nice. All right, so switching. Other side, nice and tall, chest lifted. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Staying alive, and then cross. So my neck stays nice and long the whole time. So this gap right here stays nice and big. Over halfway. Do what you can. The number is just, it's just a middle of the road goal. We don't, if you can't get to it or you feel like you're going to compromise your form to get to the number I say, don't worry about it. Just do the number that you can with excellent form. That's all I care about. Okay. And match your sides so we're even. And again. And rest. Awesome. Okay. Remember those kayaks? We're doing those again. 1 minute. You get a break after this. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And dowels rotating. Feel those feet on the floor. Nice and tall. This is not the time to slouch. Okay. Think if the queen was in the room, how would you sit? No slouching. That's it, everybody. Keep moving. Breathing. You are halfway there. If you feel good and you're feeling smooth, pick up the pace. "12 seconds, everybody. You're almost there. Pick up the pace if you can for these last 10 seconds. Less than that now. And time. Awesome. Okay, a timed 30-second rest. And then we're going to do all this again, starting with your bent over row. So your band should already be in place unless you took it out. Go ahead and rest and then put it back in your position. Okay, now's the time if you have any questions or comments to ask. Otherwise, just take your rest, enjoy it, and we're going to do this again. 10 seconds, we're starting. Okay, so I think everybody's probably clear on the setup, so I'm not going to move the camera down. But make sure that if you need something here, maybe you tried the hinge on the first one without support and it didn't feel good. That's fine. Go ahead and grab something. You can always change. It's not a big deal. That's why we do more than one set. Okay, so here we go. Coming down, make sure the back of your neck is long, eyes on the floor. Grab your band, drive those feet into the floor, abs drawn in. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. We're rowing 12 to 15. Okay, I want you to get out of the neck. So we're rowing those elbows down and back. We're not rowing them right up to the ceiling. Okay, so think of that blueberry squeeze. It's right below those shoulder blades, like just in between. Pretty far down your back, like rib cage level. We're not rowing up into the neck. Over halfway. And again, breath going and relax. Keep the band down there. Yes, that means we're going to do it again. All right, grab your weight / phone / water bottle / whatever you're using. Okay, I'm going to start on my opposite side this time. It's up to you. I think it's good to switch. If you have, if you're impacted, like one side of your body is impacted by a neurological condition more than the other, I recommend starting with your dominant side. Okay, that's the only time I would say always start with dominant side. Otherwise, if your sides are pretty even and you're not really sure, go ahead and switch them up every time. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Up, staying alive. Okay, I'll demonstrate for 12. If you can get out 10, that's beautiful. Once again, those are just ballpark numbers. Don't feel like you absolutely have to if you're going to compromise your form to do it. Okay, as I pull that sword out of the pocket or that staying alive action, I'm feeling my shoulder blade on the working arm drive down my back. So we're focusing on that. So this is, believe it or not, it looks like it's all just shoulder. It's a lot of back. Okay, a lot of that posterior shoulder, we could say. 2 more. And then getting ready to switch. Awesome. Okay, other side. 3, 2, and 1. No break. Right into it. You got the break because the arm is doing nothing, right? When we have sides like this, we can go right into it. Sitting up tall. Two more. Breathing. And relax. Awesome. Okay. Grab your dowel. Back to kayaking. Getting ready for those summer sports. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, everybody should be doing this seated. Imitating being in the boat, right? Getting those rotational muscles working. So exhale on the rotation. Okay, try and go as fast as you can with nice form. So smooth it out. Make sure you're smooth. That is key. I care more about your smoothness than your speed. Smooth first, movement quality, and then speed. You are over halfway. Okay, if you're feeling smooth and you're feeling good, pick it up. Pick up that pace. Keep that breath going. You're almost there. You only have to sustain this for last 10 seconds. 3, 2, and time. Awesome. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to give you a 40-second rest because we still have a couple more exercises. Okay, so we're going to try and get this out one more round of the 2 strength exercises. So rowing and then our staying alive. Okay, so 40-second break and then we're going right back into it. Okay, are we ready? That was your 40 seconds. Go ahead and grab your band. It should be already down there. Support here if you need it. 3, 2, 1, and drive those elbows up. Eyes on the floor. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Twelve to 15. And 2, and 1, and relax. Awesome. You can take the band out. Last time with our staying alive. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Start on any side you'd like if you alternate sides because we are doing an uneven number of sets. So it doesn't really matter. Okay, if this third set's super tough for you and you're like, oh, I don't know if I'll get any more out, drop your weight and just try doing the movement. Last 4, if you can. Leading up with that elbow. 2. Good. 3, full extension at the top. And 4. And awesome, other side. We're almost there, everybody. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Feeling that back, feeling those shoulders. Maybe even feeling your trunk a little bit. That's awesome. Halfway. If it gets hard, try smiling. Relax the face. That will help. And 9. Good. Almost there. Last one. And relax. Awesome. Nice, everybody. Okay, before you leave, I do want to do this one stretch with you because our lats and back are going to be pretty tight. So you're going to lift up, go ahead and grab a wrist. And then the wrist that you're grabbing, you're going to pull it up and over to the other side. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those arms down for a second, shake them out. And other side, grabbing the other wrist up and over. Reach. Okay, if this doesn't work for you, after this, you can go wheel up to a wall, have the wall sideways. So if this is the wall, and you can put your hand and lean on the wall like this. Okay, and that might be better for someone that maybe if they do this, they're gonna tip over. And you can do that after this. And 3, 2, 1. Good. Shake out those shoulders. We're just going to do 5 rolls forward, 5 rolls back, nice and big. 2, 3, 4, nice and big. 5. Last one, going backwards. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Nice. Just give that head a little shake. You can finish out more stretching if you'd like today. These shoulder ones are really good. Pecs on the wall. We can do twists, whatever you want to do to cool down. It was mostly upper body today. All right. Thank you all for coming. So good to see all of you. Today was like an awesome big class. I love it. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. Thanks, everyone. I'll stay on for a minute or two if anyone has any questions. Thanks, Linda.
Janice speaking. This is so cool to see faces. Yay! My friends.
Yeah, so yeah, for those of you that like seeing faces and you want to have your cameras on for yourself, awesome. Love it. Totally love it.
Thank you, Megan.
Thank you. Enjoy your day.
Thanks, Meg.
Thank you. Thank you for those of you that were new joining us.
Nice to actually see everybody.
Thanks, Jerry. Nice to see you.
I want a paint shaker moment.
I'll make sure we do that next time.
My arms are longer than yours, Dory. All right. Okay. Big hugs. Love you. Bye.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right. Perfect. Well,
thanks,
I guess
Samantha.
I'll see you next week.
See you next week. Awesome. Thanks, Sasha.
Did the format work okay today?
Oh yeah, totally fine.
Feedback. I think it was just like a collective shift away from the webinar function, but it's all okay.
Oh yeah, it's good. I'm not going to change too much just to keep the speed of the class, but yeah, it's fine. And like Janice just said, some people like seeing the faces. So yeah, it's awesome.
Awesome. All right. See you next week, Megan.
See you next week.